Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदामविनं ददाति स्वपदातितं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरो वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातः सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं सदैव स्वाद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेव श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिने नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशकारिणे हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Once again, I would like to welcome everyone to this evening's program. Very grateful to be here with all of you once again. I was here almost 12 years back. I remember I came to this beautiful temple at that time also. I'm very happy to see the family growing. This is brought very dear to Sri Prabhu. My dear godbrother, Sankirtan Prabhu, requested me to speak on the subject of Seva, the importance of Seva in Krishna consciousness. So, for my purification and to serve His order, I'd like to present a few thoughts. We see in the process of bhakti, it is most important that bhakti has to be practiced in a very practical way. That is why Srila Prabhupada, whenever he was asked to describe the definition of bhakti, he would not say devotion, he would say devotional service. So as aspiring devotees, as all of us are walking on this path of Krishna consciousness, let us try to understand a little more deeply why this subject of service or seva has been emphasized so much. Hopefully, by the end of this presentation, you all will have a more scientific understanding What is the importance of performing Seva in Krishna consciousness? So many places we have heard Lakshmi Sahasra Sambham Sevyamanam Seva Bhilasha Pure Narodama. So we hear this word Seva so many places. And the word Das also we hear so much. So many of us have been initiated now. Swarup, Damodar, so we have these names. And sometimes it is possible that we may sometimes get carried away by the title, the name that we are carrying, Mahabhagavad Das. So we start thinking I am a Mahabhagavad, that's why my Guru Maharaj will give me Mahabhagavad. But Guru Maharaj again and again specifies that the last part of the name is you. The three letters D-A-S, Das, is what we are. We are the servants of these personalities that we have been named. Like Lord Chaitanya beautifully describes, Naham Vipro Nachanar Napi Vaishyo Sudro Naham Vagi Nachagrin Fakir No Manisto Tirva Kintu Godya Nikla Paramananda Puna Vataphe Gopi Bhartu Padakamalayo Das Dasanu Das. Very, very beautiful verse by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, where he is describing that I am neither a brahmachari or grihastha, vanaprastha, sannyasi. I am none of them. What am I? I am only the servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord of the gopis. So this whole process of service has been so much emphasized. Why? Let us try to understand this. Service in this age, especially in this age of Kali Yuga, where so many other forms of bhakti or so many other forms of, let's say, self-realization are not so easily achievable. Service has a very, very important role. In the previous ages, human beings had very, very high elevated capacities to perform great sacrifices and austerities. In this age, we all know our capacities. We can barely somehow sit in one place and chant the holy name. What to speak of, sitting in meditation for thousands of years and going into samadhi. These are all impractical things for us. Srila Prabhupada gave us Krishna consciousness in the most easiest form. It cannot be easier than this. When Srila Prabhupada first introduced the chanting of the holy names, following the footsteps of his own Guru Maharaj, he said 64 rounds every day. And usually whenever Prabhupada will make a big announcement or tell everyone to go Hari Bol, but this time nobody said Hari Bol very loudly. Because it was 64 rounds. Just imagine that was the standard. How many of us would be sitting here today? So seeing the state of their consciousness, Prabhupada took pity and said, okay, let's do 32. But even in 32, there was no Hari Bol. or maybe one or two marigold here and there. Finally, Prabhupada said, okay, 16, no more, no less than that. And then everyone went loudly marigold. And then Prabhupada, out of his causeless mercy, he said, even if you can't chant 16, just hold on to my dhoti, I'll take you back home, back to God. That is his causeless mercy. Of course, our founder Acharya very strictly has emphasized that everyone who joins this movement commits herself and himself to chant 16 rounds of the holy name every day and follows the 4 regulative principles. No meat eating, no gambling, no intoxication, and no illicit sex. This austerity, if you all can perform, that is more than enough in this age of Kali Yuga. You will be equivalent to the great munis and sages sitting in the jungles for 60,000 years trying to meditate without knowing. That is what Srila Prabhupada has given us. It is described in the Srimad Bhagavatam that consciousness is perceived on 4 levels, 4 different levels. Let us in brief try to understand what these levels are and why it is important for us to understand that. Does anyone know what these 4 levels of consciousness are? Any idea? First is Jagriti, on which we are all right now. Hopefully everyone is awake. So Jagriti is that state of consciousness in which with our gross senses, our eyes, our ears, we are perceiving things. We are conscious, right? When we are awake, we can say that is a state of consciousness. We can perceive the world, we can perceive, we can hear, we can see, we can touch. This is called the consciousness state called Jagriti. Now can anyone say the next one? What is that? The next state is called Swapna. Now in this state of consciousness, the gross material senses are no more active. Your eyes, Swapna means dream, to dream. So our eyes are shut, we are in a sleep state. But even in this state, the mind is still active. Correct? Suppose you are having a very hard time with someone and you are all day long thinking about that. How many of us have had this experience that we dream of that person? You have some tension in the office, or you have some financial tension. Any problem that we meditate too much upon, the mind will bring all those thoughts in the state of sleep, and it is called Swapna. So there is also one consciousness state. So first is Jagriti, second is Swapna. Third is Sushupti, it is called Sushupti. It is further deepened state of sleep where even the mind is no more active. When we are deeply sound in sleep, the mind is also not active. And that's why most of the times when we have a very sound sleep, we don't remember anything because the mind also has slept in one sense. But we are not dead, the person is not dead. The person is still alive. But his gross senses and the mind is also inactive, is sleeping. But this is also one state of consciousness. And the fourth one, It is called Turiya or Samadhi also. Now, what is Turiya? What is Samadhi? Please understand that it is not the further state of sleep. It's not like that. It's not that if you go on sleeping, you will reach Samadhi. It is a state which can be accessed only by highly advanced yogis. It is a state of consciousness which is very, very advanced. It is that stage where the soul becomes completely active. So it is not a state of sleep, it is not a state of swapna or anything, but it is a highly advanced stage of consciousness called Turiya or Samadhi. Now the reason I am talking about all this is to give you this most important point which Srila Prabhupada describes in his purport in the 12th canto. Servants of Prabhupada describe that in this state of Turiya, when the yogi or when the soul is able to purely exist on this state, he is able to connect with Lord Krishna, connect with the Supreme. That is why these yogis, when they would go in a state of trance, they would be beyond all the dualities. And for thousands and thousands of years, without any sleep, without any food or water, they could easily exist. No material pangs could trouble them. So, Prabhupada says, this state of consciousness, which is the Turiya state, is accessed by those who try to serve the Lord from all their hearts. You must have heard this beautiful verse, Atah Shri Krishna Namadi na bhave gramyam ikriye sevon mukhehi jibhado swayameva spuratyada. Very important verse. What is described here? The Lord's beautiful form, the Lord's holy name. All this is extremely difficult to access and to reach. We may be able to utter the name of the Lord, but how many of us can feel Krishna? If we were so advanced and pure and we uttered the name of Krishna, we would all faint in ecstasy. We would not be able to handle the happiness and the bliss of the Lord's presence on our hearts. So, Atah Shri Krishna Namadi na bhave grahyam indriye. It says, with these material senses, it is not possible for us to access the Lord or His holy name. It is not possible. But Sevon mukhehi jibhado says, Seva unmukhi. Unmukhi means to do service in a very favorable way. The unmukhi word is extremely important in this line. Just doing seva like we do some work in the office, that is not seva. That is business transaction. We go to office, we do our job, we come home at the end of the month, we want our paycheck, we want our salary. That is called job. Bhakti is not a job, it is a seva. And that is why seva which is done in the purest consciousness, in the favorable consciousness. What is the consciousness? The consciousness is the pleasure of the Lord, where our considerations are zero. And the highest standard for this consciousness, the Lord in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has beautifully given. Trinat api sunichena karo api sahishvana amanina manadena kirtani sada. One who is more humble than a blade of grass, more tolerant than a tree, always eager to give respect to others, never worried about one's own respect. Such a person only is qualified to chant the holy name or to do any service in the world. So this consciousness is called Seva Mukhi. And then it is described that this service attitude begins with the tongue. Seva Mukhi Jiv Adav. Adav means first, it starts with the tongue. Every single one of us sitting here, when we started our Krishna consciousness, the first thing we started saying Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. And Mahaprasad. Every one of us are deeply indebted to this beautiful manifestation of Krishna called Mahaprasad. The easiest way to progress. Mahaprasad. Srila Prabhupada was very loving to his disciples. Once he saw one disciple in the temple and he was very lean and thin. So Prabhupada said, "What happened? You're not well?" So he said, "No, Prabhupada, I'm just trying to perform some austerities because you have said that human life is meant for austerities." Prabhupada pointed at Brahmananda Prabhu, who was big and happy. He said, "See Brahmananda, start eating 20 chapatis every day. Next time when I come and see you, you should be like Brahmananda. If you eat nicely, you will go back to God." That is Prabhupada's message. So prasadam has such profound influence in our lives. We have all forgotten all our useless, ugly diets, non-vegetarian foods, everything, tea, all those unnecessary things that we were putting on our tongues. Mahaprasad has removed all the taste and craziness for all that. So this is how it is described, and Prabhupada further elaborates on this verse, and he says that when we engage our hearts, our souls, in seva, we are able to access the Turiya state of consciousness. Now you see that connection? That this Turiya state, which is a highly, highly advanced state of consciousness, which only extremely advanced yogis in the previous ages were able to access, were able to go to that level of samadhi, can be done by anyone in this age of Kali Yuga who is engaging in pure, unadulterated devotional service. Savai pumsam parodhamo yato bhaktir adhokshati ahaituki apratikam yayatma suprasthati. So this has to be unadulterated, unalloyed. And we all can look into our hearts and then do an analysis and see to what degree we are engaging in service. All of us can do so many different types of services in Bhakti. But please try to remember, the Lord in the form of Paramatma is sitting in our hearts, and He can easily understand to what degree a person is engaging in devotional service. What you see. Srila Prabhupada himself is one of the most extraordinary examples of devotional service. If you read Srila Prabhupada Lilamrit, you will see at this age, such an advanced age of 70, how much he was concerned to give Krishna consciousness to this world. All alone, in the beginning few chapters, if you read Srila Prabhupada Lilamrit, all alone, without any help or without any support, every day Srila Prabhupada would walk so many kilometers to go to the printers. First he would write everything, all the purports and the translations of Srimad Bhagavatam alone. Then no one to help him to take those manuscripts to the printer. He would walk, he would go there, sit there for hours and make sure that they were doing the job properly. I will share with you one beautiful incident of Prabhupada Lilamrit, which shows his relentless dedication for all of us. Prabhupada had finished all the 18 chapters of the Gita with purports and everything. The manuscript was ready. But there was no one who was there to help him to print it. Finally, through one of his friends, he came to know about one big business tycoon from South India. And this friend just happened to speak to him and told him that here is one very nice personality, and he has written the Bhagavad Gita. We very easily get this, but please try to understand all the struggle and the sacrifices and the pain Prabhupada went through. So finally, this person, he agreed. He said, okay, you tell your friend to come and see me, and I'll make sure that this is properly printed and published. Prabhupada at that time, he was still a householder. He was still into his pharmaceutical business, and he was traveling. When he got the news, he was so happy. And then he returned to his house in Calcutta to bring the manuscripts, all the 18 chapters, 700 verses, with purports and translations. Finally, there was somebody who was going to publish it. When Prabhupada reached his room, the entire manuscript was gone. It was missing. And my dear devotees, everything was handwritten. It was not that Prabhupada had a computer and saved a copy on a drive. It was all handwritten, painstakingly, one page after the other. And the entire manuscript was gone. And Prabhupada was so broken. And Prabhupada in his heart knew what had happened. His family members were not very supportive, and in exchange for some money, for some biscuits and tea, they must have sold the manuscript to someone as rati. Like how we distribute old, just throw away old papers. So like that they must have given it away and got some money to buy biscuits and tea. Now how many of us would take this as an incident to remain intact in our dedication. Most will think this is what the Lord's wish is, to leave it, forget it. But our Srila Prabhupada was not like that. He again wrote the entire Bhagavad Gita with translations and purpose, all the 700 verses once again. This is why Prabhupada was able to achieve what he did in this world, which no man in the history of the human race has ever done. And we can see how Srila Prabhupada was always, because of his sincere devotional service. And this is just one incident. If you read the Lilamrita, it is filled with such amazing, extraordinary pastimes of Prabhupada's sincere dedication and devotion to give Krishna consciousness to the world. So when this service attitude is there, the Lord says, Swayam eva spuratyada. I manifest myself in the heart of such a devotee who engages in devotional service in this way. So now we can all understand how important is every service in devotional service. How important. There are beautiful pastimes we can see Chaitanya Charitamrita. There was one lady who was just filling water pots for the devotees. When the Lord was having beautiful pastimes, nocturnal kirtans in Shiva's Thakur's house, there was one lady whose name was Dukhi. And she was an uneducated, simple lady. No one even knew who she was. All she would do was fill water pots from the Ganga and keep it outside the door. So that when Lord Chaitanya and all the devotees were tired and exhausted of dancing and chanting, they would refresh themselves. And in the Mahaprakash Leela, when the Lord was bestowing His mercy on all the devotees, He said, go and call Dukhi. For 5 minutes, no one knows who is Dukhi. And then Srivas Thakur realized he was talking about that unassuming, simple lady who never even comes inside the door. But the Lord had seen her service. So, the Lord is witnessing every single gesture, every service in devotional service. Whatever we are doing in bhakti, He is witnessing that. We can go on and on and on talking about the manifestation of the Lord's mercy on His devotees by seeing their devotional service. But I was told that we will be having the Tulsi Arti in a few minutes. So, with these words, I would like to conclude that this is the reason why this whole concept of Das, Dasanudas is so much emphasized in bhakti. Without practical application on a day-to-day basis, more important than even philosophical understanding, we may or may not be able to understand the Shastras so well. But if we can simply understand the essence of the Shastras, which is pure devotional service, that is more than enough. In this way, we can easily achieve the goal of our lives. With these words, we'll stop here. If anyone has any comments, any questions, please feel free to ask. No questions? So the children were also very patiently and nicely sitting. I hope you understood what I spoke. Hare Krishna.
When we do the service, one thing which comes subconsciously or unconsciously because of our mental and this thing, that what is the material benefit I am getting out of this service? So how do you see that we will do the service, we don't look at from that perspective?
I hope you all understood the question. Many times, because we are so conditioned to act in this world in such a way that we are always trying to see what is my profit in this. How can I gain some profit? So the same tendencies, they come in bhakti also. Whatever service we will be doing, we may have this hankering for glorification, adoration, becoming important, so that people can notice me. So these are all the impurities, and this is what the Savai Kumsam verse is talking about. A harituki. So always the cure, the first cure of a disease is diagnosis. First of all, we should understand that I have this problem. There are many people in this world who absolutely don't understand and don't want to understand that I have a problem like this. So, first thing is that we have to be conscious that I am doing this, but I still have this impurity in my heart that I want to gain something out of it. So, as long as this kind of vikar is there, the service will definitely not bear the fruit that it is supposed to. So, always self-analysis is very important. We have to keep peeping into our hearts every now and then to see, whenever we are doing any service, that these impurities are taken care of. And the Lord helps those who want to help themselves. So if you are very sincere and if you want to get rid of these impurities, you should pray. Pray to the Lord that please make my heart a haituki without any motivations, without any personal motivations. Is that okay? Anything else? Children, any questions? I have a question. 4 states of consciousness. Only children below 15 can answer. Did anyone hear carefully? 4 states of consciousness. Come on.
Whatever you remember, speak.
Yes. Good. What is okay? Jagrati and Swapna. So he named 2. So the girl behind, you want to answer? What is the third one? What's the third one? Here, boys. Third one.
remember 20 Jagati Swapna Samadhi. Jagati Swapna Samadhi.
Okay, you missed one, the third one. Anyone this side? What is the third one? Any adults who would like to answer? Sushupti, yes. What is Sushupti? Deep sleep. Where even the mind is no more active. Thank you. Anything else anyone wants to ask? Otherwise, we are ready to do Tulsi Seva. One thing that I really liked when I first started coming to Krishna consciousness was everything was called Seva. Prasad Seva. I never heard this term. Prasad Seva. We are not eating prasad, we are serving prasad. Yes, question?
Would like to know how to speak, how it energizes,
How?
how it energizes, without awareness,
How it energizes.
yeah, how it activates.
How it activates. Oh, you don't have to do much. Just work hard and whole day long. Wash pots for Krishna, clean the temple. Work hard and you will have very nice Sushupti. It's easy to activate that. But Turiya is what our goal is. That consciousness is what we are all sincerely working hard to achieve. Some have difficulty to even attain the first state in the time of Japa. Jagrati. Very difficult. Jagrati is also becomes a challenge. Every half a second, half a minute, we drift into Swapna. Anything else? Okay, so thank you all very much for your kind attention. And I pray to all of you that you can bless me. Whatever I have been speaking, I can follow that in my life. And in that way, try to please my Gurudev and Swarup. So Tulsi Aarti now. You all can stand. Vrindaye Tulsi Devaye Priyaye Keshavasya Vishnu Bhakti Bhakti Satyavacharya Vrindaye Tulsi Devaye Priyaye Keshavasya Vishnu Bhakti Satyavacharya Vrindaye Tulsi Devaye Priyaye Keshavasya Vishnu Bhakti Satyavacharya Thank you.
Jai
Vrindavan Tulsi Devaya Priyai Keshava Sakya Vishnu Bhakti Prati Devi Satyavatya Namo Namah Vrindavan Tulsi Devaya Priyai Keshava Sakya Vishnu Bhakti Prati Devi Satyavatya Namo Namaha Vrindavan Tulsi Devaya Priyai Keshava Sakya Vishnu Bhakti Prati Devi Satyavatya Namo Namaha Vishnu Bhakti Pradayani Srimad Tulsi Maharani Ki Ki Jayo Jaya Gaura Chande Arati Kashodha Hari Hari Jana अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद ISKCON BBD founder Acharya Jagat Guru Shri Prabhupada Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Paribhadikacharya Shri Krishna Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Supreme Thakur Prabhupada Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnav की जय नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की जय प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासुदी गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंजगिरी गोवर्धन की जय। ब्रजभूमि वृंदावन धाम की जय। मायापुर नवदीप धाम की जय। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा माई यमुना माई की जय। गंगा देवी तुलसी माता की जय। राम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे और भविष्य के सकल लोक और भविष्य के सकल लोक और भविष्य के सकल लोक और भविष्य के गुरु शंकर भगवान की हरे भक्तवृंद की शांत भक्तवृंद की। Thank you to all these lovely children for their excellent Vedanta playing. So loud Hari Bol for all the children.
Swarup Damodar Prabhu ki